I thought I would give a quick little demonstration on how to do cheater bands. This is obviously a dog that doesn't need cheater bands anymore. He's about 18 months old, so he has a decent amount of hair. But if you were dealing with a puppy, this is the basics of what you would do. So let's just pretend this is a bubble band, which, I mean, it's about in the right place, but I haven't touched that since taking out his maintenance bands. So what you're going to do is you're going to decide how much hair you want to have, how big your parts are going to be. So I'm probably going to go roughly about halfway between the bubble band, which this one is a little bit on the big side, but the bubble band and then the back of the head here. I have not fully brushed out my dog, so he may have a few tangles. Alright, so you're going to make sure that you've done the straightish part. I mean, it's not a big deal actually for the cheater bands because you're only putting the sides up, but just so that it's always good practice to make your line straight, and that way both sides will be of the same distance. Okay, so I've got my hair parted. I'm just going to try and smooth it out. I'm not too worried about having it fully combed out because I haven't bathed him or anything. So now we've got this one normal section. If you were just doing a normal band, then you would just band this together. But since we're not doing it, we're doing cheater bands, what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit from one side. So you see I've got this little bit here on this one side that encompasses the whole part that we did here. And then I'm going to take a little bit from the other side. Again, as you can see, the big section is here. I'm taking a little bit from the other section. And you're going to put your middle stuff to the front. And then you're going to band these two little sections together. I'm going to use a white band so you guys can see it better. But you would obviously use a color that matched better to your dog, or if you had a white dog, usually use black. And there. So now, if you look at his face, I mean, barring the broken hairs that he has on the side, but if you were to look at his face, you would see this nice pulled up head where all the sides are pulled up, but you've got this extra length of hair. Again, he's obviously in full coat, but if you had short hair, this hair can fall a lot further down. So when you're trying to make, frame the face and stuff, then you've got a lot more hair to work with on the sides. Whereas if it was pulled up into a band, in fact, you can see it here. You can see where this hair that's in the band ends, or it's hard to get the right camera angle for this, whereas the stuff that's not in the band has a lot more length to it. So then when you're making your bubble or your fan, you've got a lot more hair to work with for a dog that's got very little hair, whereas you've got all this extra hair, but you still have that pulled up look on the side, making it look like your dog is fully banded in. So again, I'll just show you what this kind of looks like. You can always rewatch this video, see it again, but you've got your two sides pulled up from either side, and then they are banded with this middle section pulled through the middle to the front, so that you've got all this extra hair to work with. And you can do more, like you can also do this back section before the ears, and I mean you can even do back section further depending on how much hair your dog has and the look you're trying to go for, and flimsy hair versus thick hair, that kind of thing. But that is the basics of how you do cheater bands.